For the next 24 hours, I'll be trying some of the tastiest Pakistani food in the San Francisco Bay Area. A few months ago, Amir and I were in Pakistan where we had some of the most fresh, flavorful foods in the world. And in today's video, I am on the hunt for dishes that bring my taste buds straight back to Pakistan. At Zarene's in the center of the Silicon Valley in Palo Alto. This is a Pakistani and Indian restaurant that was on the Michelin Guide in 2020. Chef and owner Zareen Khan opened her first location in Mountain View, California in 2014. Not too long after opened this location in 2016. Her family hails from Karachi, Bombay, and Punjab, so basically this is supposed to be some real authentic Pakistani and Indian food. I am starving just talking about it, so let's head in. Looks delicious.
Here's the naan.
Thank you.
The rice. This is lamb gosh. This is chicken samosas.
All right.
Do you want 2 plates?
How excited are you to have this meal?
I'm very excited.
Now, something I love about Pakistani food is they use a lot of oil, and I feel like this really enhances the flavor of each and every dish. All those flavors are able to come through, and the oil is just kind of a vehicle for those flavors to just explode in your mouth. Here we have the lamb gosh curry, and you've obviously got lamb in there, but then you also have traditional spices, for example, turmeric powder, cumin powder, garam masala, just to name a few. This looks absolutely delicious, so I cannot wait to dig into it. It is spicy, that's delicious. So there is potato in this. This lamb is so incredibly tender, and that's because it's slow cooked in this gravy with the potatoes, so everything just really soaks up all of that flavor. And then you've even got some coriander on top or some cilantro on top, and you taste that as well. This is delicious. These chicken mamoni samosas are incredibly rare because they're known to only 23 mamoni grandmas worldwide. In the whole world, there's about 23 women who know this recipe. How crazy is that? Online, when I was looking this place up, it said you do not need any chutney. And I wholeheartedly agree. You've got so much spice. You've got traditional spices. It's actually a secret recipe, so I don't know everything that went in it. But as you can see, in the samosa, there's so much going on. The chicken is so tender. The spices are very lively. You got some fennel in there. I think you've got some onion. This is truly incredible. The outside of the samosa is salty and crispy. It's crunchy. I can honestly say that was one of my favorite samosas that I've ever had. I'm already seeing why this place was on the Michelin list. Here we have the chicken shami kebabs. Now it says on their menu that they are juicy and caramelized. It doesn't really look juicy and caramelized, but I haven't tasted it yet, so I might change my mind when I taste it. I mean, you definitely taste the minced chicken, you taste the coriander, you've got a bunch of spices in there. I would say this might be my least favorite thing today, but if I had tried this first, I would probably really enjoy it. But it's actually a little dry. For our second stop, we are going to Laor Dushu, a food truck ran by Shumaila and her sons. It's a true family business serving up delicious Pakistani food right in the heart of San Francisco. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your visit.
First up, we're gonna try the Kashmiri chai. Now, when I was in Islamabad, I only had the sweet Kashmiri chai, and Shumaila was saying that the authentic version is supposed to be salty and sweet, so I'm excited to try it. You get the flavor from the nuts on top, there's some almonds, there's some pistachios, absolutely delicious. Next up, we have a beef nahari, which is essentially a stew. They slow cook the beef, so this is gonna be so incredibly tender, and then they add nahari oil on top. I'm expecting this to be a little bit spicy, but there's also ginger and red chilies, so I think that's gonna add to the flavor as well. You have a gravy-like texture, and it's delicious when mixed with the oil, and it just completely is soaked up by all of the beef. Next, we have halva puri. Now, I haven't had this since I was in Islamabad, and that was actually my first time having it. And I know this might sound a little dramatic, but this is a truly transformative experience. This is now my favorite dish.
But I've created with experience because my kids, when they were young and even me, I always like missing my food from Lahore. And then, some memories that, connected with that, especially with halwa puri, like me and my father go together and eat it together on the way of school. So, I just keep practicing, and you need like so much practice to get a perfect puri.
How long do you think it took you to perfect it?
I'm in at least 5 to 10 years.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Traditionally, halva puri is a breakfast. You've got the sweetness from the halva, and then you've got the savory flavors from the potato curry and the chickpea curry. In this potato curry, you can really taste the cumin, and then the oil brings out all of the mixed spices. This is incredible. This is probably one of my favorite things that I've had all day. It's delicious. We absolutely cannot forget the halva, which is probably one of the tastiest foods I've ever had. It's sweet, a little dense with a porridge-like texture, but it just completely melts in your mouth and pairs so well with puri. It's a must that we get rabri faluda. Now, this is from the streets of Lahore. They sell this in Lahore. It's actually really interesting because Shumaila was telling me that her dad used to take her mom to go get this in Lahore, and how cool that she's now selling it in her truck. At the base, there's drizzled caramel, and then you've got crushed up pistachios and almonds. There's basil seed gel and house-made vermicelli noodles. And last but not least, there's slow-cooked milk and kulfi ice cream made from malai. So I already know this is going to be really creamy. This is absolutely delicious, and what a taste of home for everybody that comes here, who has family in Pakistan, just like Shumaila, or has been to Pakistan, and you just want that classic Lahori dessert. It's delicious. For our last stop, we're heading to Shalimar, which is a Pakistani restaurant originally opened for cab drivers in San Francisco to swing by, get a yummy cheap meal. Lucky for us, it wasn't busy at the time we went, but come dinner, it gets packed. Now, on this day, right before we went to Shalimar, I got a new microphone for my camera. I was super excited to use it. I was even more excited to go home and edit this portion of the video. To my surprise, there was no audio. It's fine. At the very least, we have visuals. We will just be looking at the food and you'll just be hearing the voiceover. First up, we have brain masala. This specific dish is cow's brain. It's a very common dish in Pakistan, dare I say the most flavorful dish on the table. Not because the others lack flavor, but it's really a sponge that absorbs the flavor and the spices put into it. And I'd say it's a cross between an egg and a tofu-like texture. Now, if you watch my videos, especially the Pakistan series, you already know Amir is vegetarian. well, pescatarian. He eats fish occasionally. He loved his chickpea masala. He did such a detailed explanation. I mean, look at these hand movements. Unfortunately, I don't know what it tasted like. I had so many incredible dishes at Shalimar, even ones that we had earlier in the video, but this is a different restaurant, so there were some differences in taste. Everyone working here was so nice, and I loved hearing their stories about when they lived in Lahore. Amir and I felt so welcomed here. It felt like we went to a family friend's house for dinner. Now, I actually love Shalimar so much, I decided to meet up with my friend Khalid and his family. They actually told me about Shalimar in the first place. So I met up with them at the location in Fremont, and thank goodness my mic was working.
This is chicken tandoori breast and beef kebab, beef seekh kebab, and ghod kadai, chicken tikka masala, chicken seekh kebab, malai boti, and raita, and rest is coming.
All right.
Mango lassi, best in Bay Area. Yeah.
First up, we have chicken malai boti, which I did have at Haveli in Lahore, so it will be really interesting to see what this chicken malai boti tastes like, considering I have not had it since I was in Pakistan. They use garlic in this, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is there garlic in this?
It's garlic sauce in it. Are you allergic to garlic?
No, I love it.
Oh, okay,
That's
you
also-
scared me. I was like, I think it's garlic ginger paste.
You can really taste the garlic, the ginger. I do want to say chicken malai boti is the most tender chicken that I have ever had. You can cut through it with a fork or just cut through it even if you got some naan. And then you've also got that salty, savory taste.
And naan and garlic ni pani. Garlic? Ako sarde pani garlic.
Oh, we got some garlic naan. It's steaming. This is super hot, but you want it super hot.
Try this with your mom. Half and half.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so here we've got the chicken kebab with a mint chutney. This is the most tender, juicy kebab that I've ever tasted. It was absolutely incredible, and it did have a little bit of spice to it, which I liked, but that mint chutney really cooled everything down, so when you do taste the spice, immediately it's being put out by that chutney. Now, what spice are they using? It's a little spicy.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. I can't get a straight answer. Everything is a secret, as it should be. That's what keeps this restaurant
That's a billion-dollar
busy.
question.
I would love to know the recipe, but I'm never gonna find out.
Yes.
So this is my friend Azan. He just got back from Pakistan, and we're gonna see how his trip went. How was your trip to Pakistan?
It was good, really good.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was when there was like the beach, I mean, it had like fishes in it.
You went to the beach?
Yeah. And there were like two sides of color. One was black water and one was white water.
Cool. What was your favorite food?
My favorite food, it was pasta.
In Pakistan, they have good pasta? What was your second favorite food?
I gotta say pizza.
The pizza. Okay. I think pizza is my favorite food. So it sounds like next time I go to Pakistan, should I try the pasta or the pizza?
Both of them.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Subscribe. Like and subscribe.